listening to Calcio Talk on FNR, Football Nation Radio.
Welcome back to Cultural Talk, right here on Football Nation Radio. It's good to be back, boys.
Back for another week.
Got to start off. How's Logan Street, Ali?
Oh, we
Heard
like we said in the
went
last
down.
episode.
Heard it went down.
What do you mean you heard? You were there?
Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. I want to hear all about it.
Which part? Optus Sport or?
Yeah, actually, that's another one. I heard you were quite famous.
Just before you
No,
chime in, I've only seen CCTV footage and Optus Sport footage of Logan Street, but it was massive. Would you rival it to the 2006 World Cup win?
Not quite.
No,
Rome?
yet. It's still
No,
early days.
nothing
I
like
think
that?
It's still early days. But this Saturday, I think it's going to be bigger and better.
Did
Yeah.
someone, look, at the end of the game, I want to know, at 90 minutes, did someone throw a panini
Not quite a
They just-
panini.
into the air?
Yeah,
No?
Not a panino, but something else that's red.
Something else is red. Yeah?
I don't know what. Can't really say it legally, but
Cacciatore.
There were a lot of things thrown.
Yeah, there's
a lot of things thrown.
Hmm.
Anyway, get down.
make
Saturday
sure
morning.
you bring just stop by BCF and come.
What was it like anyway? How many people were there? What do you reckon?
Probably around a couple hundred.
Yeah, it was good turnout.
Couple
Yeah,
hundred?
it was good
Yeah, it was
turnout in
great
the end.
turnout.
It was only one place showing it too, so it was good.
Are you going to give a plug for the place? That
Yeah,
was
sure. Cafe Noturno. So if you
down.
want to watch a game with a bit of atmosphere, get down. Try to get there a little bit earlier. Saturday morning, we're gonna be there.
Yeah.
Good vibes, good atmosphere.
Nice. And people can find that on the @Culture Club
Yeah,
Instagram,
yeah,
yeah? Because I
100%.
see you guys post the stories.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, look, I would love to be there, 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Little bit of polenta at 5 a.m., with an espresso. Why not?
Yeah, it's it.
But I got coaching that morning, so I don't even think I'm going to be watching live. This will be the first Italy match that I don't watch live. But take us through, how did you think they played against Austria? Because I have my opinion, but I don't know what you guys think.
It was very nervous. 120 minutes.
It
put that way,
was
put that way.
stressful.
Very stressful.
Very stressful. I think when Arnautovic scored the offside goal,
Oh, yeah, the header.
the header, me and Matt looked at each other and we
yeah.
both saw red in that moment.
Yeah.
And then it was like, no, calm down, because one of our other mates said he's offside. It's the first thing he said when he scored.
Oh, really?
We were a bit
Yeah.
too emotional.
He picked it
to
straight
pick up.
away.
Straight away,
he
picked it
Because
up.
I was the same.
Saw
I
it
was,
straight away,
I was
yeah.
watching and I was like you guys.
Yeah.
I was watching it, and when I saw it come over and I seen him leap and he had it, and just the way it come off the crossbar and went in, I was like, oh, this is just like what they didn't need.
Yeah.
Because Italy really, they couldn't control the game as such,
Yeah.
but Austria really had nothing.
Yeah.
They didn't really have any clear chances. So it was like, look, the first one they get, and I was also in that moment gutted for Donnarumma
Yeah.
because, he let in after, what was it, 11 games, 10 games?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was feeling this. But yeah, anyway, please continue.
One of the boys is like, no, it's offside, it's offside, it's offside.
Mm.
And obviously in that moment, I wasn't really taking anything in because I was just,
No.
I don't know,
With
shattered.
VAR these days. Too,
Yeah,
you
so
don't-
we
you don't
just
know what to
waited it
expect.
out.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he was offside, and it was complete pandemonium after that.
Yeah. Well, he was like half
like
a
It was like a goal. Yeah.
It was literally like a goal.
In terms of what offside is now as well, for the people at home that don't understand the offside rule, now if your pinky finger goes past the last defender, you're offside.
Yeah.
So he was at least more than half a
Yeah.
body.
Yeah,
So he was definitely
He was,
offside.
yeah, he
Definitely
was.
offside. And then, like I said, it was like celebrating a goal, basically. And then, I don't know, it was a weird match, man.
Yeah,
Like
it
It's
was.
very strange.
it was strange watching it because I don't think, obviously, it wasn't Italy's best performance by a long shot.
Mhm.
And like you were saying, it was so hard for them to just step on the ball and play. We
Yeah.
just could not keep the ball.
Mm.
And then breakthrough through Chiesa. And
Great goal.
great goal. He took that so well. And then, like you said, it's still sort of, even though we won, it was annoying to cop a goal.
Yeah, it
the way
was.
we
And
did.
especially that type of goal. Like it was a
Yeah.
bit of a jammy goal to cop.
What, the one from the corner?
The corner.
Mm.
Like,
Great
Jorginho came
header.
off the post, but no, taking nothing away from the
Unbelievable
striker,
header.
but
Yeah.
Like Jorginho moved off the post
Mm.
and then it went in. But look,
To be honest, like the way Italy have been playing, it was going to be a goal like that if they did cop one.
of course.
Yeah. And look, we were saying as well, in order to have, this sounds stupid, but in order to have a successful tournament,
Yeah.
more often than not, a team will have an off game
Do you know what?
and a struggle. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. And this is what scares me so much about England.
Has that been?
This is what scares me. Because
Yeah,
they've only
yeah.
scored 4 goals.
Yeah.
They've won 3 games. And drawn one. I don't think they've lost yet. They haven't lost. It's 3 wins now and a draw from the group stages following them through. They haven't really been convincing. But the 2-0 against Germany, obviously Germany had their chances, and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But they are looking like that kind of team. Very reminiscent, I don't want to say it, of the 2016 Portugal side.
Yeah.
Very reminiscent, where they were like just getting through.
Scraping through,
They had, I don't know how many penalty shootouts they had. I think they had 10 for about 7 games.
And they came third in the group, didn't they, Portugal, that year?
When they won it, yeah.
I think so, yeah. Because didn't they qualify with 3 points?
Yeah.
Didn't they have 3 draws?
So that's what they're doing in Switzerland. Switzerland's
Yeah,
doing that right now,
yeah. That's another game we'll get to. But yeah, you're right. You are very right about that.
So-
Please go on.
But in saying that, I believe that Italy play their better football when they're up against better footballing nations, better footballing sides. I think they sort of rise to that level. Austria were not to take anything away from Austria.
No, of
I
course.
thought they set up unbelievably
Yeah,
well.
they were perfect for their style of what they wanted to do. I think they were perfect.
Yeah, but coming into Belgium, I think that we'll see a very, very different approach, a different way of playing as well, like we're used to seeing Italy play.
I think it's going to be interesting, the game against Belgium, because I don't feel like Turkey. I'm trying to think of the teams now that they played. It was
Switzerland and Wales.
Turkey, Switzerland, Wales. I don't think either of those sides, even Austria, came with like a free-flowing brand of football, so to speak. I know that's very cliche,
Yeah.
but so to speak, no one really came to keep possession. No one really came to attack, and Belgium is all about that.
Exactly.
And so far, Italy's won their games exactly in the similar fashion to Belgium. Qualify with 9 points, lots of goals, different goal scorers. Changed the whole team for the third match, all that kind of stuff. So it is going to be very interesting to see who grabs the control of that match.
Yeah, exactly right.
Definitely.
And also, there's news I was reading last night that Hazard and De Bruyne might not be available for that game.
I've seen
So
that.
that's another thing that could be a huge talking point, or have a big effect on the game. So
Yeah. Who, Eden Hazard or Torben?
Nah, the out of form one.
Yeah,
The
Eden,
wrong one.
The Eden
The
one.
wrong
Yeah,
one.
I was going to say.
Torben's in form. He's the one.
I
He's the
know.
one doing the damage.
He's the one smashing the
Yeah.
goals.
For me, De Bruyne is the.
But he's the
big-
one. Yeah, De Bruyne's a
big
big
out.
out. Because
Yeah.
he makes them tick. Like the first game without him, and then you see him when he comes
Yeah,
in,
when he come
and
on.
he slots
He's
straight
he's
in, bang,
unbelievable.
makes the side tick.
He's
He is. He's
He's best player in the Prem, I think.
Yeah.
unbelievable player. Yeah,
Yeah.
unbelievable player. It makes a huge difference to that midfield.
100%.
For sure. He pulls the strings.
But
in there.
still, in saying that, without them two, they've still got class all over the pitch. Like
Yeah, I know. What are we
without them,
saying?
they've still got
Yeah, Belgium.
Mertens,
Oh, yeah, of course.
Lukaku,
Carrasco. Yeah.
Torgan Hazard.
Yeah.
Their midfield's not too bad either. So I'm not like saying just because them two are out,
Nah,
we're
they're
gonna walk
stacked.
all over them. Nah, we got to take it easy. You know what I mean?
Nah, obviously.
But yeah,
Take it easy.
one step at a time.
But you were saying, because we've digressed, because we were talking about Italy and Austria, and the way Austria set up. Do you think they came to just almost like push for penalties or steal a goal?
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, watching it, I was very emotional the whole game, right? So, to really watch it with a football,
Mind.
the way I saw it was they set up just to play, to absorb the pressure,
Yeah.
and then try to steal a goal in the counter.
It
and
almost
then-
worked. Like
many times.
if
many
Arnautovic's
occasions.
goal goes in, they win 1-0. That's for them. For me, they've played the perfect game.
Yeah, exactly.
In the way they've set up.
The linesman didn't have his flag up, did he?
No.
There was no flag, so without VAR, it would have stood.
Correct.
It's a different game. You
And
know?
then you said it to me half time. The longer this goes on, the more confidence they gain.
Of course.
The more pressure then comes onto us.
Yeah.
That then allow then they sneak one on and then that's it. The game's done. Like,
It honestly almost played into their hands
Yeah.
perfectly. Exactly.
Yeah.
what they
in the
wanted.
end, they sort of ran out of legs.
Yeah, we were looking at the time, the seconds
Yeah.
ticking away, and you could see Austria growing in confidence.
Yeah, definitely. I think
100%.
the last thing Italy wanted was penalties.
Oh yeah,
And what I thought was quite strange was that the 90 minutes, like you said, it was a very disjointed
yeah, it was,
match. Like no one really had control of the game. Even Italy, even though they still have possession of that, they couldn't really Like, you didn't have one bit piece of play where you were like, oh, my, it's coming. There was none of that. And then after full time, when extra time started, it felt as if all that had changed.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was because of substitutions. Because
I believe so.
Mancini made 2 subs, and the 2 subs scored, didn't they?
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, look, you can say that's the managerial genius, but at the end of the day, the players have to do the job. But it was very different. I think, like, noticeably different.
Oh yeah.
In the extra time,
definitely.
and that's really what saved Italy. I don't feel that Italy will want the game to go to penalties against Belgium.
No.
No way.
No way.
I don't think so. I mean, if we get the job done in 90 minutes,
Yeah.
That'd be
big
ideal.
bonus. But yeah, I just want to touch on that as well. I mean, Pessina really impressed me when he came on.
Mm-hmm.
I think he changed the game as much as Chiesa scored a great goal, and he did as well. But just in the midfield, he brought that just dynamic. He was breaking the lines, so confident coming on to in a match like that. It was such a tense game, high pressure, high intensity. He come on, and
I think Belotti was good as well.
Belotti as well
He
was
was huge.
huge.
Holding the ball up.
I think
Being the
that
target
honestly,
man.
the substitutions changed the game for me.
And it goes back to, for me, of how together the team is. One
Yeah.
in, one out. They know their job. They do it. They play for the team. It's no like, I didn't get picked, so,
Yeah,
screw
yeah.
you. It's like you come in, I'll do it for the team. If that's my role, that's my role.
And same also,
Right.
if someone's not on,
Yeah,
someone else will be.
exactly
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
So, yeah, it was good to see. And like you said, Mancini, in the end, it looks like a tactical genius, but he made the right subs sort of at the right time, I think.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
then
of
you had
course.
the fresh legs going into extra time with Chiesa on the break as well, and,
Yeah.
and Pessina in the midfield, and Belotti as well, because even just having an outlet up front, because he was always holding the ball up, winning a foul, or slowing the game down when it had to be. So I
Yeah.
think he done well coming off the
Yeah.
bench. Yeah,
And I
so-
think as well, if Immobile scores
exactly right.
that shot,
Oh,
he
the
had,
one that hit the
in
joint.
Yeah.
I think we're looking at we're talking about a different game as well.
Yeah, definitely, because then they would have had to come and chase
Exactly
it, and
right.
it would have opened up.
100%.
And it probably would have relaxed as well.
Yeah.
I forgot about that shot. That's right.
that was-
Because and even that come from nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Like he just picked the ball up, turned around, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to try it."
Yeah.
It didn't look on either. Like when he shot it, I was like, "Oh,
what are
why?"
you doing?
Like,
Yeah.
when he kicked it, I thought, "Oh man,"
Yeah.
Like, because Scotland did that earlier in the competitions. The right back come in, try to shoot, and then chip the keeper from halfway. It was like one of them. I was like, "Why, man? We keep playing,"
Yeah.
And then obviously, like it went very close, So
No, exactly right.
yeah, it was a shame they didn't go in. It probably would have been a contender for goal of the tournament.
I reckon as
I
well.
think you're right.
There's a few of them so far.
Man,
There
there's
is.
some
There's
big
been some
crackers.
Great goal, and there's been a lot of goals. Like,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
talk about the next.
Plenty
yesterday,
goals.
Today, even yesterday was unbelievable. What?
Yeah.
5-3, 3-3 penalties. Like
Yep,
unbelievable. Both teams 3-1 down, coming back to make it 3-3.
I think the France Switzerland and also the Spain Croatia
Yeah.
match, that was the best game day of the Euro.
Oh, I think
Like it was insane.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Just crazy.
Like not just the amount of goals, but also the way the game swung.
Yeah.
Because at no point you thought, oh yeah, France got it safe. Switzerland come back into it.
Yeah.
Spain looked like they had it safe. Croatia come back into
Yeah.
it.
Unbelievable.
It was
So
ridiculous.
entertaining. So
It was
entertaining.
ridiculous. Yeah, for a neutral, I don't look.
Sure.
You don't want to be Spanish or Croatian.
No.
That's all I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, you have to sit the next few players out. You'd be in all sorts.
I know, and it almost hurts more when you lose like that.
Yeah, because you
know,
got close.
You got so
You
close.
got
You had
close.
it, and then
Yeah.
it gets taken away from you. It just it just burns.
Talking about these matches that we are now, France.
Yeah.
Did you see the touch from Benzema?
For the
Oh.
goal.
Yeah, it was class.
Is that Bergkamp-esque? Is it?
Almost.
Oh yeah, I feel like it was. Like
Yeah.
because people are saying, oh, did he mean it? Did he not mean it? At the end of the day, Bergkamp himself will tell you that like he didn't mean it in that exact way.
For it to come off exactly.
Exactly,
Right.
like the way it happened. He goes, yeah, I knew I was going to touch it like this as spin, but I didn't know I was going to like around the player the way I turned and everything. And also, he was there in the 6-yard box with just the goalkeeper to beat, right?
Yeah.
Same could have happened for Benzema,
True. True.
because it's still a great touch, and the finish was just
Yeah.
man. I love
He was
a
definitely
chip.
trying to take it,
I love a chip.
and then
He's a
like you
great
said,
finisher in the box.
it probably just fell in the
Yeah.
right,
found
in
the
the
right
right way
spot
for him.
and then bang, puts it away.
Yeah, he's to be fair, it's he's had an amazing tournament.
Yeah.
Did he have
He
4
has.
goals?
4 goals.
Yeah.
I saw a stat actually about he's been out of the national team for
Yeah,
however
5
long,
years.
5 years, and he
Mm.
scored 5 goals, I think. And Anthony Martial's been in the setup since before him, and he's only scored like 3 goals. So he's come back and he's gone straight back to where he left off. Like,
But also, how many games has Marshall started or played?
True.
Or, you know,
But what I'm saying is like the quality. He's been out of the fray for so long, and he's just
Yeah.
come straight back in, slotted in.
Yeah.
But what did you think of France's performance?
I thought like
Thought they were alright.
yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
Like they weren't bad. I didn't feel like they were
I don't
bad.
think
You
they
know,
were bad. I think it's credit to Switzerland.
but I think also I think
Yeah.
Switzerland played really well,
Yeah.
and they caught France on a day where they weren't world class.
Yeah.
You know, they just weren't the world champions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, that was the difference really.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think.
Because I don't think you can blame any one player. You can't blame any,
No, of course. Yeah.
you know, moments in the match. You know, it was just one of those things. It's just football. It's like we spoke about last week when we talked about philosophy. And we're saying that you can be the best on the park and you still lose.
Yeah.
Exactly
You know?
right.
What I did like was Pogba's goal.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
That
It's
was
a
What
bit
a
of the
goal,
old
man.
Pogba back. You know, we're
Yeah.
seeing a bit of the Juventus Pogba.
Yeah, look, we can talk about that as well until the cows come home, because the amount of people that say whatever they like to that is negative about Pogba, my answer is, look, he's won the Serie A.
Yeah.
He's been in Champions League finals. He's won a World Cup. Like, he's won the Europa League.
Mm.
Did he win the FA Cup and League Cup as well? They did that with Manchester United with Mourinho.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He's
think-
won a Euro.
Yeah, he's won a Euro. Exactly. Like, he's.
Well, rumor has it he's still dancing.
Yeah, but it frustrates me that
Yeah.
people are like, oh yeah, now we're seeing the old Pogba. You know what you're seeing is someone that is so technically and tactically aware.
Yeah.
That he does what he's told.
And I think, but it's also in the French team. He's actually allowed to play to maybe his strengths a little bit more.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
set up. Whereas at United, we don't see the best of him because of the way he just does that role. Whereas in at Juventus, he was sort of had that freedom, you know. To do
Yeah.
those type
Well,
of
in
things.
Juventus, sometimes he was a 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas at
Yeah.
United, he's never been allowed to play
Yeah.
10. And whether that's because he's like 6'2" or 6'3",
yeah.
I don't know how tall he is.
Yeah.
But they obviously has great defensive attributes as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So they're like, oh yeah, so you can hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what?
But
Like
you're
why?
only having him at
You're
50%
restricted.
there, I think.
Yeah, of
He's got
course.
so much other quality.
Mate, his
Yeah.
vision, his
Yeah,
passing, his
exactly.
touch, his ability to hold the ball, break the lines, you know?
Exactly right.
Like the passes that he finds in between
Yeah,
lines
exactly
and
right.
also receiving in between lines, you know, getting in those pockets of space. He's incredible. And he can score from distance.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's got everything in his locker.
He's
Yeah.
a complete
No, I
player.
like him a lot.
Complete
I like
midfielder,
Pogba.
yeah.
I'm a
But-
big fan of him.
No remorse.
No remorse, no?
Yeah.
Just another big one gone. That's it.
After what I've been reading
Oh,
in the
for
media,
France.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm, I'll be honest. I'm so happy to see them
What
gone.
not
happened?
interested.
Especially Mr. Vieira.
Yeah,
Patrick Vieira and Fabian Barthez.
and Barthez.
What are they saying?
Oh, like, so in the group stage, it was like, oh, wait, like, you know, everyone was talking up Italy, but we were talking up Italy, but we were still like, you know, one game at a time. We're not going to, after 3 games, we're not going to win the tournament. And they're like, oh, wait until Italy gets a good team. I don't see them. They're not that great. One, they get a good team. They're going to get knocked out. Blah, blah, blah. We beat Switzerland 3-0, and now you've lost. So, anyway, but yeah.
I just pictured you sitting like in a lounge chair, someone asking you about this Euro, like Michael Jordan in The Last Dance.
Yeah.
And I took that personally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I straight out. I took that very personally.
Look, I'll tell you the difference, but I don't know if this is biased.
Well, no, I'll tell you now, they're just arrogant.
No. Yeah, the difference between Italy and France. Okay?
Yeah.
As a footballing team at the moment right
Yes.
now, the way I see it, anyway. Griezmann scores the equaliser against Hungary, right? So you're losing 1-0, you score for 1-1. The first thing you do is go do your stupid dance in the corner in front of the crowd.
That's Griezmann, but
I don't care, man.
He
You're
likes
playing
that.
for your country, for your team. Go get the ball, take it to halfway, go again and win the match.
mate,
man.
he was doing the stupid dances when they won the Euro
Doesn't matter.
and they won the
It
World
doesn't
Cup.
make sense to me. Pogba, you know, they're stupid. Then you see Italy score, and it's everyone's on top of each other, and they're just the passion. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Ukraine
they want
this
to win.
morning.
Ukraine's the
The
same.
same thing this morning.
That you can
Ukraine.
see it. Like
They want to
do you know what I
bleed
mean?
for their national team.
Yeah, and then I look at I don't know.
Or-
I don't know. Maybe I'm biased.
No, honestly, I
don't know.
believe straight out. Like it's almost like a history with France because you know after I read this morning after the penalty shootout, Adrien Rabiot's mum and Pogba's mum and Mbappe's mum had a fight in the stands.
Man, I just rolled my eyes
And-
because Adrien Rabiot's mum
and-
had a fight with Neymar's dad
What I'm
at
trying to
PSG.
say is like
they
it's
were
an
on my eyes,
absolute
man.
sham-
Honestly,
they're an absolute shambles because how many times this happened? Like remember in the Anelka days?
Oh,
and
Yeah,
they're just
yeah.
there's always internal
Yeah.
fighting with them. It's like they're their own worst enemy.
Yeah.
And it's comebacks to bite them.
It's disappointing because they have class.
That's-
so
that-
much class.
Yeah,
If I was
unbelievable.
French, I'd be frustrated, put it this way.
Oh, 100%.
Because of the class and the talent.
Quality, yeah.
you look at them on paper, they're
Yeah.
the best team in the world.
How old's Rabiot, by the way? He's going to be 20-something,
But
huh?
honestly, I think he's
I think
got
at 21, I told my parents to stop coming and watching
he's
my
got to
football,
ditch
you
his
know?
mum as an agent.
He's got to
I'm
tell his
sorry.
mum,
I'm
man.
sorry, yeah.
It's his agent?
It's his agent. Like, no
That's
offense,
class.
and I don't want to be like rude
No,
or
it's
anything,
his
but-
choice at the end of the day.
26, thank you for that.
26?
But I think it's about time he grows up and finds himself a real agent.
Yeah, he's probably still living at home.
Yeah, like, come
You
on,
know?
man.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Wow.
like,
Well, yeah, like I was saying, like you look at them on paper and you think best team in the world.
I've also,
Mm.
speaking of that, we're talking about the other game in Ukraine. How I just come to my head. I was talking with Danny before. So the game against England's in Rome.
Mm-hmm.
So Shevchenko is obviously loved in Italy,
Mm-hmm.
and his assistant Tassotti, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was saying is hopefully we get all the Italians to the stadium, intimidate England, and hopefully Ukraine kick England out.
Ukraine's
Happy
another
days.
beautiful love story.
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying this. I enjoy seeing them
Romantic.
do
It
well.
is.
A romance of
And
the
you know
Euro
what?
2020.
Yeah,
Because they've honestly, historically, they've had quite a.
rough
You know,
time.
you've had the Chernobyl that destroyed their country. They've had the war, the Russians. You know,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
all the tension. They've always seen upon as like the sort of the little of Russia, little brothers of Russia. Let's say, like, you know, Russia's always you know. So it's really good to see them do well.
And they're playing great football.
yeah,
Great
got
football.
some class players like
Yeah.
Malinowski from
Yeah.
Atalanta. Absolute class, absolute ping on him. Like left foot, unbelievable left foot. They got Yarmolenko up front.
Yeah,
There's
great player.
Zinchenko from
Yeah,
Man
Zinchenko,
City.
Marlos. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So no,
A few
it's-
Brazilians.
Yeah. Oh,
Why not?
That's it. So yeah, no. What about?
Italy's got their Brazilian, you know?
Let's see.
Jorginho?
Two. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, too, yeah.
Emerson,
Thiago Motta
Emerson.
as well.
No,
And
Emerson.
as well.
Emerson.
Yeah.
He's been on. He played against Wales.
Yeah.
Did
Plays
he?
for Chelsea. Yeah.
Does he play right back?
Right back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right back.
Ah, decent.
Well, I know.
They should have got a number 9, mate. Well, yeah. Thiago Costa, he was trying a few nations out,
True, he was.
wasn't he?
He was up for grabs.
I know
Yeah.
you keep close attention to Spain. What did you think of their performance against Croatia?
I watched the game against Sweden as well, where they did the 5-0.
Mm-hmm.
Was it
Slovakia.
that was not Slovakia?
Slovakia,
Sorry, that sounds really good, didn't it? I watched the game. Yeah, Sweden they were 0-0,
Yeah.
and then I think it was 1-1, and then they beat Slovakia 5-0.
There's like 15 own goals in that game. I think.
Yeah, I know. It was incredible, wasn't it? Their performance, again, it was one of those games against Croatia. No one really had control of it, which I think is in terms of Spain and how they play, especially Luis Enrique, being with that Barcelona background and wanting to keep possession of the ball. I haven't seen the statistics, and I did just watch the mini match, but there's no way they'd be happy letting in 3 goals.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the first one, the goalkeeper scored it.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, he
Absolute
missed
shambles. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
that was it's just one of those things, wasn't it?
Mm.
So, yeah, but look, I think Spain are another one of those sides, like you said earlier, that have just warmed into the tournament.
Yeah. Do you think they're a chance? Do you think they're a real chance?
If they get into the semi-final,
Yeah.
they'll be dangerous.
Yeah, I think he
Simply because then you're talking about it's 2 games,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the way
Sure.
they play, they'll just hold the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
They'll play just to hold the ball, and if
Yeah.
they snatch a goal,
Yeah.
like I know people were giving Morata a hard time. I think you were saying that
I was happy
previously.
for him. Yeah, I was happy that he
He scored a
scored.
great
I
goal
was
as
happy.
well.
It was a
His
great
goal was
finish.
fantastic,
Yeah.
man. Good touch, bit of
Yeah.
composure. I thought he was just going to try and hit it first time.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was very good.
Brought it down and then just wrapped it into the top of the net.
Yeah.
He's now, I reckon that'll give him a bit
Yeah,
more
for
confidence.
100%.
Definitely.
And especially with I think Torres as well, Fran Torres.
Yeah.
He scored. I think Gerardo Moreno,
Yeah.
scored a couple goals as well. And Pablo Sarabia has been
Pablo,
banging in the
yeah.
goals
Yeah.
for Spain as well. Very an unlikely goal scorer.
Yeah.
For the, let's say, critic that Luis Enrique faced earlier in the tournament,
Mhm.
the team is still there.
Yeah.
You know, they're still there. Who have they got? They got
Switzerland.
Switzerland in the
Yeah.
next. Yeah. Look, and again,
Anything
it could
can
be one of
happen.
them because Switzerland, mate, it looked like they played their final.
That's what I was
Do you
about
know
to
what I
say.
mean?
Yeah, they could have played their final.
Like, it was a round of 16. Someone made the save, and everyone,
Yeah.
they're big belly slides and stuff. You know, like if that's your semi-final, you can win a final.
Yeah.
But that kind of reaction, I don't know. Switzerland probably going to win the tournament now after me saying this. But that kind of reaction is like, yeah, you beat the world champions, you've played your final, that kind of thing.
You
It could be that,
Yeah.
I think it's their highest finish or highest finish. They could still keep going. But
Yeah. But to
I
get
think
to a quarter
since
final,
1930 or 50, it's like an unbelievable amount of time
Yeah.
since they've reached the quarterfinal in the international competition. But yeah, no, honestly, I think with Spain, I 100% agree with you. Like they're the type of team they were at one stage where they're going to qualify. Are they going to get out of the group?
Yeah.
But now they're just slowly, no one's really talking about them.
Yeah.
They draw sort of favours them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, could be a classic. Semi-final set up. Then we'll see what happens. But
Because if they get to the semi-final, it'll be Italy and
or
Spain, won't it?
Belgium,
Yeah.
We hope.
Hey,
I
don't
didn't wanna
say that name
I wanted
here.
to say that, but I
Don't
didn't
say
wanna
that name here,
so let's
you know.
use some wood.
Yeah. Yeah. In some parallel universe, Euro 2021, maybe it's Belgium,
Yeah.
not Euro 2020.
Because Ali was saying if we win Euro 2020, he's going to dye his hair bleach blonde.
Who said that?
Aren't you going to do that on camera?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ali's doing that on camera.
They do them in Logon Street?
Yeah, we'll do it on
Yeah,
Long
we'll do it on
Street.
Long Street.
And he can hold the
Nice.
flare while he does it. Even though he-
Yeah, decent.
Oh, beautiful. All right, let's get on to the next segment. I'm pretty dread for this segment.
Moving
We're
on.
going to talk about the players that influenced us growing up and those classic teams, classic players that, we all wanted to be when we were young.
Mm.
So I'll start off with you, Danny.
Go, Danny. Take it away.
You're a bit older than us, so you got that nostalgia.
Who's number one for you?
I remember seeing Ferenc Puskas live. No, I'm not that old.
I was going to say, did you play with, I thought you...
Yeah, it's it. No, I'm not that old. No, for me, I'm going to kick it off. And we've talked already about the new movie that is on Netflix, the Divine Ponytail for all the Australians watching. All right. What did you call it? The
Divine Cordino.
Divine Cordino, that's the one. I can't say that. I don't say it the same way as Matt and Ellie. Baggio was that player for me. When I first came into, let's say, the world of football, cousin was playing Serie D, and it was the end of 1994, and we were over in Italy for Christmas. We spent New Year with family, and everything was Baggio.
Mm.
And then pretty much, I think it was Christmas of 95, my nonna bought for me a full AC Milan kit. I had the black with the yellow marking Diodora boots. The little, obviously they've got a Baggio signature print on the boots. I had that as well. And I got a big poster as well, massive laminated poster, probably the size of that door there, with Baggio at the back. And he was wearing the Diodora kit. It was from the 94 World Cup. So he was, for me, it was like the first superstar that I would look for highlights of, that I would try and there was no internet back in those days, we'd only just discovered the light.
So, mate, from the Stone Age.
Yeah. So, but like you guys said, I had a VHS tape.
Yeah.
Anyone who doesn't know what VHS is, go find one on eBay. You there just to get one working's an achievement in itself. Yeah, I had a VHS of Baggio, and I also had one of Michel Platini, which we were speaking about before at the Jello Bar. And that had all the classic Italian songs on it, some slow-mo Platini, because all of my family were Juventino. They were all Juventus supporters. And I'd say, yeah, Baggio and Platini were probably the first two that really made an impact upon myself or who I looked up to.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I started to follow football more and playing video games and so forth, I got more into like Del Piero, Zidane, Di Livio, Deschamps, Conte. It was just literally the Juventus the Juventus team. And also because I used to watch SBS, and the only things they used to show was on Monday night from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. was a Premier League highlight show. So I did like Manchester United at the time because they were like one of the biggest clubs in the world. Beckham, Giggs, York, Sheringham, Cole, all those guys. I've probably missed some of their skulls. Someone's going to say, "Oh, yeah, what about Nicky Butt?" Yeah, him as well, all right. Someone's going to get upset. Yeah, I really liked Manchester United. I liked Newcastle United as well, Shearer, Les Ferdinand. So I was watching the Premier League, and then the World Game had... I don't know if it was called the World Game.
Yeah,
It was called the World Game. For you guys, it was called the World Game.
Yeah.
For me, it was just called like the Sunday Soccer Show or things like this, And it was like 6 hours.
Yeah, man.
6 hours on a
In
Sunday.
the afternoon, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
man.
Yeah, in the afternoon, because we'd go. I'd play in the morning,
Yeah.
and then you'd want to get home by about 1 or 2, and it would just play all this football until like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And I used to wait because there used to be a 4 or 5 minute compilation at the end, and it was
all
like,
the goals.
yeah, but
Yeah.
or it could be like some random player,
Yeah,
and he'd be
yeah.
like, oh, it's his birthday today. He's Romanian superstar.
Yeah.
You know, who's this? You know, Popescu or Petrescu or Hadji or one of these, and just showing all these goals and clips and highlights of that. And that really influenced me as well growing up. You know, I used to record them on VHS had record. I used to record them on the VHS and I'd watch them back and back again, you know, and then obviously players that you liked, you kept those ones, et cetera, et cetera. So that was really like what had a massive influence. And it's funny that we talk about this because I was thinking also today we could talk about culture. That for me was football culture.
Definitely.
You know, that was the culture back then. And we're talking like 96, 97, 98. I had FIFA 97. David Ginola on the front. Fantastic
What console
game.
was that on?
PS1.
PS1.
PlayStation 1, yeah. It only had one button. It was just, no, it wasn't like that. It still had 4 buttons. It was still very good, but there was a cord.
Yeah,
You had the cord to plug in. Did you guys have PS1?
I had a
Yeah,
PS1.
Yeah,
PS1,
PS1. Did you ever have Sega Mega Drive?
I did. It was
No?
passed down to me from an old
Yeah?
cousin. Yeah.
I had, Sega Master System, which was the one before the Mega Drive, and on there I had Italia 90.
Well,
And on the front of it, like this, is Claudio Caniggia from,
Wow.
and I think, yeah. And I think there was also the Argentinian goalkeeper. I think Borushaga. I think I might have been the guy who was on there. But bro, yeah, hey, it was going back, man. It was going back. Sigma system. That's back in the days. There'll be a few old people like myself that know what I'm talking about. The young people that watch this gonna be like, what? Sega?
what's PS1 as well?
Yeah.
We're up to
PS1.
what? We're up
Yeah,
to
exactly.
5
We're up to
now.
PS5. Yeah, I
Yeah.
told you that, didn't I?
Yeah.
One of the only assets I own
Actually,
is a PlayStation 4.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. There's
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a PS5 now. Yeah, you got to apply for it though. They all sold out. They're all gone,
Still,
I
mate.
won't be applying for
You
it.
can
No.
play World Cup 2022 on those.
Really?
Very interesting.
No, it's not out yet, come here. Come on, man.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Talking to noobs
Well,
of video games.
Oh, no, I don't know what the
World Cup
no idea.
2026. It's already on there.
We will know you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've never been into video games. I'd rather just play actual football. I've always been like,
Really?
yeah, I'm not a big.
I
video game
tried.
fan. Yeah.
Just rubbish.
I'll either break the thing
Really?
in half,
Yeah.
or last 5 minutes and I get bored.
We used to do like the FIFA bets.
Yeah.
with the
Oh,
mates
yeah.
and it
That's
was
why
all-
you were breaking it in
I just
half.
used to call you, remember, and the Wi-Fi used to go out. That used to be I never used to
Yeah.
lose.
Yeah, no,
I used to play football video games when it was only single player.
it's better like that, isn't it?
So you could
score
only play the
25
computer.
goals, yeah.
Yeah.
No, man. What are you
Put on
talking
easy
about?
Mode, score 20
There was
goals.
only ever one mode. You never got to pick. You know, we're talking about the pretty much there was Pac-Man and then this game.
Pac-Man. Snakes
You know?
Oh, what's the snakes, huh?
Yeah, the snake on the Nokia, yeah. No, I don't know. Like it was,
Yeah.
No, I liked football. Anything.
yeah.
If I look, I remember this is just an example, right? And I'm still like this now to this age. My nan had a coffee mug. She goes, I made you this coffee mug. And I was like, and I was like, really, you know? But I was very appreciative. I was always polite.
boy,
I was
good
like,
boy.
oh, thanks, nan. You know, thanks a lot. She had hand drawn a football on the side of it, this massive football. My mum's probably still got it at her place. When I saw that football, my eyes lit up. It was actually the best coffee mug I ever ate. Milo, coffee, everything out of Ovaltine, everything and anything. Sorry,
Yeah.
I loved it after that. If it was something football,
Yeah, though.
Of
Yeah.
course.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't mind. you know.
Apart from, for us, yeah.
Nah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I liked career mode.
Yeah, it's
Wasn't too
Career
bad.
mode?
Yeah.
Football manager.
Is that a
Right,
thing
you
now?
were lucky to be born in the days of career mode. When career mode came out, people's minds were blown.
Yeah, it was great. But then, like, against mates, because, I mean, we all hate to lose.
Yeah.
I just felt like I
Yeah.
couldn't control the game enough.
Yeah, that's the same.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
too many
yeah.
variables.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course there is. Of
Yeah.
course there is. Is there still that's the case now with
I
FIFA?
think it's
Yeah.
scripted, to be honest. I think it's scripted.
You sound like my mum.
EA can get back to me on that one, but I think it's scripted.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go. Let's
Like,
fast
hey,
forward.
wait. Can
Yeah.
I just, so you think it's like predetermined?
100%, man. You're
Nah,
telling
nah,
me they glitch it on purpose. If you're winning too much, they're like, nah, this
Yeah.
guy's winning too much. We're
Do
gonna
you
make
reckon
him
as
lose
well?
now.
Yeah, 100%.
It's all,
Of course.
It's like a casino. It's
Of
like
course.
the pokies.
Bro,
You know the pokies? They're
you-
only certain people.
Did you ever go
Yeah,
to? Did you ever go to Daytona? Did you ever go to Time Zone and play Daytona?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that has catch up on it.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
yeah,
you.
no, it does,
100%. You fly out in front
Yeah.
of people, all of a sudden, people that
everyone
you saw go,
behind
they spin out on the
100%.
banana peel.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's
They're
like,
coming back.
Yeah.
You
that's
know?
what it is.
You're right.
There's catch up. Don't worry.
Plays on.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Let's
go. Who's
fast
next?
forward
Tell
a
us
bit.
about your players.
Tell us about your
Influences.
Yeah, your influences.
I think the biggest two for me were always Francesco Totti and Del Piero for sure.
Mhm.
Even though I'm an Inter fan, my family are all Inter Milan fans, but I think Totti and Del Piero for some reason just fell in love with them really, really young. And then I remember, I can't remember how old I was. Maybe it would have been 8 or 9, maybe 10. My nonna somehow knew someone in Italy who was cousins with Totti,
Yeah?
right? And I remember her telling me, and I was like, all right, nonna, like as if, sure. Sure enough, a few months later, I get a framed Totti photo.
I've seen it. I can vouch for this.
Yeah, I know. To Alessandro, Conafetto, which
Yeah.
with love, Francesco Totti.
Oh, my God.
And I couldn't believe it.
Things like that are life-changing. They are.
I
They
couldn't.
are.
It's in my room now. It's like my most prized possession.
Yeah.
And I got it, and I'm like, is this real? Like, is this real?
I picture your bedroom as a typical Italian bedroom. There's like a photo of Mary with she's holding the heart, and then next to that is Totti, the Time Totti.
You're not
not
that far
far
off. 'Cause I've got like a little altar.
Yeah.
I've got like all the saints there, a little cross, and then there's Totti. No,
I was going to say, do you have an altar for Totti? Yeah.
I should. He's up on my
With the holy
bookshelf.
water as well before he goes to bed.
But that was
Out
like,
of it's held by a little Inter Milan saucer. That's it.
but that was one of those moments, you're just in awe, basically.
Yeah.
And then when Roma came to Melbourne for the ICC Cup,
Oh yeah, that was 2017,
Yeah.
17. That was the beginning of that. How good was that? I actually like a lot of people gave that stick, but I actually liked
It was
it.
the best thing ever.
Yeah, I thought it was cool, especially when
there's a bit of a buzz around here.
yeah,
Oh,
especially
man.
when they had like a Tottenham Hotspur, Real Madrid.
Madrid,
You
yeah.
know,
Man
they
City.
Yeah,
Man City.
came,
Yeah, they
yeah.
brought those teams, and then of
Yeah.
course they brought Brazil and Argentina.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
those days were insane.
Yeah.
Huge. And like, I remember.
Because when did that stop? That stopped like 20.
I think it was only 2 years. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
it was. It was
happened,
only a
yeah.
little. Actually, it was earlier. It was 20. I bet you it was 2015, 2016.
Yeah, and then it
Probably
stopped
right,
probably
yeah.
2017 or something.
Yeah,
At least 2018.
Yeah, but I
Yeah, they
remember.
were great. Yeah, I remember I went to watch Juve as well. I went to
Yeah,
watch
I
Juve
didn't miss
play.
a game. Miss a game, and I remember Roma coming out. I'm not a Roma fan, but man, Totti was in Melbourne. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, me and Matt, we
We hired a room.
we
at
booked
the,
we booked a room at the Langham
where they were staying.
where they were staying.
What?
Yeah, we had to
With
meet.
two,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did you get to meet him?
We saw him
We
very
saw him.
close.
We got
But,
we got a selfie with Pjanic and Nangolan.
Yeah.
Watched them. We actually got invited in to watch them train.
So what happened was,
Yeah.
we were
That's
following
sick.
him around with a couple other mates who are
Yeah.
big Roma fans,
Yeah.
and we sort of tagged along, and we were at the hotel.
No, we're at the hotel and we got word of where they were training.
Yeah, that's right. So there was only about 10 to 20 guys who knew where they were training. They were having a closed training session at Lakeside Stadium.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So we jumped in the car and we went there, and they had everything closed. And then the president, what was his name?
The
Of
American.
Roma? Yeah, the American.
Pallotta.
Pallotta came out, and we're like, wow, okay. And he's like, hey, going guys, little treat for you for supporting the team, the club. We're going to let you in on the closed training session.
Did you tell him right there and then? You just, I don't support Roma.
Nah, are you serious? Man, it was a
Yeah, of
treat for us
course.
because we got to see
It was amazing.
behind the
Escorted
scenes.
in,
We
mate.
got to see
Yeah.
Totti train. By the way, Totti does what he likes at training.
Yeah, I
He
thought
was
so.
walking around.
Well, they were on holiday here.
pretty
He
much.
was at the casino.
He doesn't-
at 5 a.m.
hey.
every
Yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah.
He doesn't come to Melbourne to compete.
Nah.
It's
But
Totti.
to then
king.
see him in front
it
of
was-
me,
It was
and I know Matt's a big Totti fan as well. We
Yeah.
were
it was
just like,
surreal.
this guy's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm here right now.
Yeah,
and
it's
he's-
cool, isn't it? It's
Oh,
cool
man.
when you have that feeling with players. I was going to ask you, why Totti and why Del Piero? And when you were growing up, it's kind of two questions in one, I suppose. Would you, when you would practice out the back, or at of your house. I don't know if you had a big back garden or not. In Perth, everyone's got a big back garden, right? It's about, 5 square acres? No, it's not that big. But there's a lot of land in Perth, right?
Yeah,
it's not all red dust either, so don't believe what you see on these movies. But we had like a back garden, and I used to practice at the back, and I'd always pretend to be Baggio and Del Piero and players like this that we just spoke about, Platini, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Did you do the same with Totti and Del Piero?
I did. I think I became a fan of Del Piero at the start, very early on, for the simple fact that we share the same first name.
Oh,
Something stupid as
Alessandro.
that,
He's
right?
like, hey, he's Alessandro, I'm Alessandro. And you were like that, yeah. It was like that gif of Spider-Man with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that, you know, and they point at each other, yeah.
And funny enough, I got to meet Del Piero as well.
Very lucky
Yeah, when he
man.
played for Sydney?
Yeah, I got a photo with him and everything. And the reason how I got that was because my mum actually told him that I was named after him. So
So she's just,
And-
hey, he's named after you. Oh, quick, come, have a photo.
So we had got tickets. So he had like a dinner with Del Piero, a night with Del Piero
Oh, yeah.
at Crown.
Wow.
And like it was.
Did Andrea Bocelli open that as well?
He should have.
Imagine that.
He should have. And we managed to get tickets
Yeah.
because like I had to get tickets to the, like.
Yeah,
one of those
100%.
things,
Of course.
And I remember the MC saying, so he was in a table. He was on a table by himself in the middle of the room, right? And he'd come up on stage, they'd interview him, and come down.
You're kidding me. Del Piero just sitting there by himself.
But it was all guarded off, right? And all the tables.
So he ain't even looking at
But
a
he's
cage.
literally- pretty much, right? But he was right there. Like, he was
Oh,
right there,
man.
right? And then the MC said,
Yeah.
if everyone just stays seated, he will come to every single table and thank you for coming.
One person got up.
Forget it. Forget it.
Yeah.
As soon as they opened the little, the rail,
Yeah.
everyone got up, right?
Yeah.
And I was sort of hanging around there because it was a VIP section, right? And if you had VIP tickets, you could just walk up to him.
Yeah.
And I started talking to these two like Italian guys, and I said, "Please, can you give me your wristband? I really want. I need a photo with Del Piero. Like, I need a photo with him.
Yeah.
You know, blah blah blah." And they gave me the wristband. And as I got in, he had gotten up to do the rounds, and I yelled at him. I'm like, "Please, please, please!" And my mum's there, and she's like, "Come on, like, I named my son after you." Blah blah blah. Obviously, all in Italian. And he
Yeah.
said, "Don't worry, I'll come back."
And
I
you're
said,
thinking, yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
As if, I swear to God, he did not stop for one person for a photo. He came all the way back around and took a photo with me.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe
That's the
it.
difference, isn't it? That's the difference. It's quality. It's quality.
I was like, almost got goosebumps thinking about
Yeah.
it now. But that was, big moment.
Can you identify a moment as well when you were like, oh man, I love this player? Like it was either a style or either his style of play, or it was a goal, or it was a moment, or it was.
I think when he scores his classic, a la Del Piero, and almost how Insigne scores his goals
The
now.
2006 goal.
Yeah. He just
Comes to
opens
mind.
out.
Apart from
with the bend.
2006, I think
Free kicks.
Yeah, his free kicks were
Free kicks.
Insane.
going, weren't they? Yeah.
when he got the standing ovation
That was-
at
that was-
Bernabeu, I think that was a big moment as well. I just
Yeah. Did you watch that live? Were you watching
Yeah,
it?
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Even when he left.
Early
Jordan,
morning
man.
Champions League?
Yeah, but like I know, again, I'm not a Juventino, but
Yeah, but you still watch, of
I
course.
love football, so I was
of course.
watching.
Yeah,
I was
100%.
watching,
Yeah.
and I love the player, so I was watching.
Do you know that's something that is something that I try to explain to some people is like you've got like there's diehard fans that love that tribalism, and then you've got some people like in terms of being a fan of football, because people always say to me, "Who's your team? Who's your team? Who do you follow?" And I'm like, well, I don't really like my week doesn't go up and down with their results.
Yeah.
I'm not living by their, whether they're winning or losing, but I love Barcelona because of the players they've had previously.
Yeah.
And also their philosophy,
Yeah.
And then outside of that, I watch players,
Yeah.
I follow players.
Mhm.
So I'm happy to watch everyone and anyone.
Yeah.
Some people, they can't have this,
Look, I understand because it's different here. Okay,
Mm.
we grew up supporting a team, but we don't have that connection to the city, per se.
Yeah,
right?
true, I
Do you know what I
suppose.
mean?
Yeah.
So like our cultural club friend Armando, he has that connection to Napoli because he's from Napoli. He
Mhm.
grew up in Napoli, supporting the club every week. He's at the stadium.
Yeah, look, I think you are right in a sense, but I was born in Perth. I worked for Perth Glory, right? I've had friends at the club, and I still go back and watch all the games at HBF Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And I love watching the Perth Glory, and I like it when they win.
Yeah.
But if they don't, it doesn't bother me too much.
I
It
don't
doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I think it's...
I want them to win,
Mm,
but if they don't, it doesn't bother me. I'm not getting upset about it, you know?
yeah, I don't know. I do definitely get upset when my team loses. I'm very passionate.
Yeah, you do?
It
Yeah.
can set my day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
But because we are... No, definitely. I agree.
100%.
But,
But I'll
Yeah.
tell you now.
because we aren't exposed so much to what you are if you were living in Europe.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Any football we can get, it's like, man, we're going to watch it.
yeah, that's exactly
Like,
right.
we don't,
That's
we
very
don't
true.
miss a game of the Champions League. We don't miss...
That's
Because
very
we
true.
can't be there. Like, do you know what I mean? Around the buzz, the culture side of things, right? 'Cause
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, it's a lot different in Australia. That's where, you know, if it's football,
Yeah.
we're going to watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You know? But what about you, Matty? Who's
Yeah,
the
tell us.
who's the number one players
For me, Totti would be my Italian player that really inspired me as a kid. Obviously, being also a midfielder, you know,
Yep.
an attacking midfielder type, trying to base my game around him scoring goals, you know. But then I'd say Budjo was the first time I actually saw footage of a player. So he really when I started seeing him, I was with DVD, so it was a bit more in advance. No VHSs.
Yeah, yeah.
So chuck that in, and I started seeing his goals, and I was just like, wow, you know, you try, and then you go outside, you try and, you know,
Yeah,
do these
yeah,
things,
yeah.
and you're like, oh man, like you start getting confident. But probably the player as I grew up, as a really like you were saying, that a goal or moments that really
Capture, yeah.
captured me was probably like Kaká in that 2007 Champions League run when he scored like that header against Man
Head the ball,
United
yeah, yeah.
and the bang,
Runs around.
And that tournament he had there was just like, because I come from a family of Juventini, so, and I'm a Milan fan, but the thing that gravitated me towards Milan was the players. So
Yeah.
like Kaká was like someone I looked up to. We had Pirlo, Gattuso, all these like legends, and that's what made me go towards that. So they had a big influence on me as a fan, and also as a footballer, because I always used to even score a goal like Kaká and do that celebration. Like, when
I
was a
love
kid.
that. I love
You know
that.
what I mean? Or like, I'll
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Jesus, like, I'm not even that religious,
Of
but
course.
I'd still write under my shirt, just like, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
like, it's just unbelievable how like little things like that can influence you.
Do you know, it's funny you say
know what
that,
I mean?
right? So
Yeah.
when Neymar won the Olympics and he had that headband on it that said 100% Jesus, I was working for Glory at the time. I used to run a program called Glory Skills, and we did a look, dress up as your favourite player for the last day. Kid come with a full blonde mohawk, and he had a headband that said 100% Jesus. And I was like, well, you know, fair.
Respect there.
Yeah, that's quality, man. It's
Yeah.
to a T, you know?
Nah.
But yeah, I think everyone's done stuff like that.
It's
Oh,
amazing.
Everyone
but
has
the
done stuff like
influence
that.
and like that's I don't know, that's
Yeah.
special, but for me that's something special about football that
Yeah.
it can
Look,
make a kid just dream.
Even now, I wear my socks low.
yeah,
Yeah, because of Totti?
'cause
Yeah.
of Totti.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
I know it is comfortable for me, and
Yeah.
you know, but you know, it's little things, the style of, you know, a player. You think, I'm gonna emulate him
100%.
as much as I can, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was telling you boys just before, I watched the Budgel movie about 1:30 a.m. I finished it, headed onto the internet, and I bought the black and yellow Diodora indoor shoes because the nostalgia just got the better of me.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's just, man, I wouldn't have it any other way because the buzz that you get from just trying to like relive those moments or trying to be like your idol, and
Yeah.
I don't know,
yeah.
for me, the day that I stop doing that is the day, like, it sounds stupid, but like, it's the day you sort of die a bit because that's what keeps you going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the kid inside. I
Yeah.
think that's one of the most beautiful things about football
Yeah.
is the nostalgia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because you can always remember back to a tournament,
Yeah.
to a match, to a moment.
Exactly.
And you can remember exactly what you were doing when you were either 10 or 11.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously what you're doing now, you know, watching it again and reliving and feeling that
100%.
moment.
Yeah.
During COVID, I rediscovered
Yeah.
that, you know, because I think because we had so much time to just sit and think.
Mm.
Yeah.
I used to watch lots of Euro 96.
Mm-hmm.
Just because that tournament for me, I was 10 years old.
Yep.
So it was the first like international tournament where I was aware
Mm-hmm.
of what was going on, you know? Yeah, and again, I had a massive influence.
Did you do any like little things that, you know, one of your favorite players would maybe wear, or like, you know, the white
The
tape
white
or something
socks,
like that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
You
man,
remember
all
those
the
socks?
time. I still
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it now.
Yeah,
I still do it now. Like you said, you know, if Neymar does something, even now,
Mm.
I'm 35 years old, right? He's much younger. I think he's 20, 28, 29. If I see him come out now and he does some certain type of style,
Mhm.
I do it.
Yeah.
You know, and if I like it, I've got to
Yeah,
like it.
yeah,
I don't
of
just do
course.
it
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
for doing sake,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we're not trying to imitate
Yeah, yeah,
Neymar,
yeah.
but it's just you see something, you're like, yeah, that's cool. I like that, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I used to, obviously, when I was younger as well, you know, I used to just you see a player and you just
Yeah.
almost like gravitate to them. You know, like
100%.
I think when I was 18 or 17, 18, it was Cristiano Ronaldo who was at Sporting Lisbon and Manchester United.
I think everyone went through
Yeah.
a stage. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You know, in the corner, the step overs,
That-
everyone trying
Hey,
to.
I'd still say because you know Diana's a hairdresser. When my hair grows long, I said, look, just leave a few strands.
Yeah.
Just leave a few. You know, make them blonde
Everyone
and then
took
do
that.
the
Ronaldo,
short hair.
remember that little mullet thing at the
Honestly,
back?
I think
Oh, that was
everyone-
2006.
Yeah,
That was disgusting.
Everyone went through a
Everyone took
Ronaldo
a photo
stage.
to the barber.
yeah.
Literally, with
I-
the white socks and the
Yeah.
tape on the wrist and the long sleeve we used to hold like this. Like,
Yeah.
just everything.
Yeah, I actually had a long sleeve Manchester United Ronaldo
Yeah.
7
You had to.
on the back.
The
Yeah.
AIG?
Huh?
Was it the AIG sponsor one?
No,
Or your Vodafone?
it was Vodafone.
Vodafone.
Oh,
It was
that's
a
a classic.
Vodafone.
That's a
Yeah,
classic.
yeah.
Yeah, nah.
But no, yeah, like those kind of influences
It's
and
true.
stuff. You know, it's like
Unbelievable.
I love seeing that. It's like I love seeing now when I'm coaching, and or let's say you're at the club and a younger team's playing before you, and they score and they'll go and do this.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Yeah,
It's so
exactly.
good.
It's
It's
true.
so
It's
good, you
good.
know.
Yeah,
And
nah,
they're
100%.
because they're G'd up about the goal and they celebrate and parents laugh and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's part of it. That's part of the magic,
That's
you
the
know.
beauty, exactly. And it shows you that they keep an eye, they watch football. You know, that's what I love to see a kid like that that's passionate about the game and knows what's going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
But yeah, no, in saying that also, would you say your idols influenced the way you play football or not so much?
100 and
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
like all the way to the end
To the
percent.
end,
yeah.
100%.
yeah. I would assume
It's
so.
a
but
full green bar.
I'd 100% agree, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
the way you watch, like I used to watch Totti and Del Piero take a ball down.
Yeah.
100%.
I used to make sure I used to get it perfect, and now today it's the way I take a touch.
Yeah. It becomes
mean-
natural, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
No,
in the
but
same technique.
No.
Yeah, the
I
same
understand
technique,
exactly what you
the
mean.
same-
Yeah.
because you
Because
repeat those.
Definitely.
when I would have been 12 or 13, I used to kick the ball against a wall, turn around and try and receive it coming over my head because I saw Zidane bring the ball down like that.
Oh yeah.
So I used to try and jump
Yeah.
and bring it down with my laces,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
just
yeah.
because I saw Zidane do it.
Yeah.
Practice it, million times over.
Yeah.
You know, so many things like that.
100%.
So many things like that. I
Yeah.
think it's one of the things that is massive upon your football is the influence of those players, of those idols, of those clubs. You know, and it's then when you take that and you start practicing and you start applying that to then your own game, I think it's very visible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. For
It's
sure.
very visible.
100%. I think that's the beauty as well, like being able to watch your idol and then go out and just. It's amazing, like when you're passionate about something, like the lengths you'll go to as well, like to just try and do something.
Oh, yeah.
Try and be like someone.
Do you know young players don't do this anymore?
That's what I was literally my next.
They don't do it
and
anymore.
That's,
But
I was
why?
gonna say that's the sad thing. I see a lot of kids that when I was their age, that I know me and Ali, we grew up together, so there was not a time when we did not have the ball. Like we're outside, that's all we did. And I see younger kids now, and it's like, I don't know, it's like there's not that
What
that
do you think?
love, that just
I
I
think.
don't know what it is, but
Do you know what I think it is? When we played video games as well, they had shelf life, right?
Mm.
So you might play for an hour or two or whatever,
yeah.
Put it away.
and then you put it away and you go outside,
Yeah.
and you still had to use your imagination.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas
the beauty.
now,
Yeah.
kids don't have to use your imagination anymore, man.
Nah.
100%.
The game's forever evolving online.
Yeah.
Different people to play against. You can use all your superstars, heroes, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's a very different generation.
Yeah.
And also, there's a massive emphasis on training, not just practice and enjoying. A
Exactly.
massive emphasis on
You're
training.
Yep.
Like, how many days a week do you practice? Oh, I'm training 7 days a week.
Yeah.
What?
It's the same.
Wait, it's not, man.
It's not exactly.
Sometimes if you take the ball to the park and you're just there by yourself, I do it now. You go for like 40, 45 minutes. Yes, I'm doing some training aspect, but the last 5, especially if there's like sun's out and you got the headphones in and, you know, Jason Derulo colours, you know what I mean? That playing, like the kind of World Cup songs and that,
Oh.
mate, you just
Yeah,
stay out, you
it's-
start playing with the ball, doing whatever you want to do, you know?
Exactly right. It's like when we were kids. We used to make our own games up, like across the road. The floor's lava of the road. So keep
Yeah,
it up.
exactly, yeah.
Or like,
We
you
play
know,
across the river,
Make
yeah.
some type of game up, but
Yeah.
it was so like real and imagination. That's
Jay-
the thing. That's the key.
We played headers and volleys like that.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
played World Cup
Imagination,
like
yeah.
that. We
Exactly.
I
Try
think
your
there is
tricks.
such
Get
a-
comfortable with the ball.
Yeah,
the ball
yeah.
has to be like an extension. of you.
Exactly.
You wanna-
There's a distinct distinction between training and just playing.
Oh, God,
Like,
yeah.
Just you call it playing at home, whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it. Because personally, I went through a stage where I hated football, but it wasn't the game that I hated.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
How old were you when that happened?
It was only a few years ago.
Yeah, 100%.
But I realised it's not the game because I can go out
Yeah,
and I
exactly.
can have the best time of my life. Like you just said, put my headphones in and I'm in love again.
Yeah, and you're
So
on the
what?
ball.
So what was it? You know what I mean?
100%.
It's the
It's the
crap that
business,
comes with
the
it.
business side of it,
Exactly.
I'd say. I was in exact the same position.
But
Mm.
like you said, I think maybe we'll find now that these young players are going to fall out of love with the game sooner than what we did.
I
Because
just think,
that's all it is, man. It's
yeah,
regimented.
100%.
You can't enjoy.
There's
just,
no
just
fun
be,
or
exactly.
love and
if you're just like, if you're looking at it like training, it's a very grown up or responsible attitude
Mm.
because you're like, I don't really want to go to training today, but I'm going to. You know, that's all these David Goggins and all these people talk about. You know, and that happens when you're an adult, when you have responsibility, or when you know I'm not going to get this result if I don't go and do it.
Yeah.
But when you're a kid, you shouldn't feel that.
No.
Ah.
You should never feel like you
Exactly.
have to do it. You know, you don't have to do anything when you're a kid.
100%.
Like, why do you
Gotta
play video
force it.
games?
Yeah.
Why do you do anything you do? Like, have people over, this, that, because you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
You enjoy it all. And football should be exactly the
100%.
same.
Correct, man.
100%.
You know?
Correct.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
No, it was very good chat, boys. Let's get on to some quarterfinal predictions.
Mate, I'm here to talk about this cultural. Come on, man. Let's keep going. Football. We've
Do
been,
you-
what,
we're
1
gonna
hour
keep
here?
going?
Let's go for an hour and a half. No, I'm only joking. I'm only
I
joking.
wish we could, man.
Yeah.
I know
But-
we could. Maybe we need to pick it up part 2 next week.
Let's do it.
Mhm.
Let's do it.
We'll do it.
Sounds good.
But I
Definitely.
want to hear some
We'll probably run out
predictions
of chat in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
now. I want to hear some predictions because the boys that are watching want to put some multis on, so they need your expert advice.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, look, no, I'm not about that life.
No, we know Danny's
Mate,
he's a good boy. He's a responsible.
that's right, yeah.
adult. All right,
Yeah,
let's go. Switzerland, Spain.
Um,
What do you think?
Spain,
Comfortably.
85% possession. Yeah, no. So I'm going to go Spain with a 1-0. Yeah, Spain 1-0. Spain 1-0.
1-1. Let's go on to penalties. And Spain will win.
Oh, Toblerone.
I'm going to go 2-1.
Chee.
2-1 to Spain.
2-1 to Spain. Spain will win on penalties, you said?
Yep.
I'm going 1-0 Spain. All right.
I'm going to go Morata double as well.
A Morata
I'm gonna
double.
back him.
Two
I'm going to back him.
two headers or a header and what something? Because he always gets a header.
He does.
Yeah, he always-
He
He'll
does.
always
either
gets a
get
header.
header and a tap in, or he'll just ping one out of nowhere, like
Yeah.
top ins, like
Yeah.
finesse.
Mm-hmm.
The next game I don't really want to talk about.
Belgium, Italy.
Yeah.
We're going to say 3-0 again?
Nah.
Hey, I tell you what, if it is, jokes. Look, this has got the finger out. Wasn't it Ravanelli had that? Ravanelli?
But
Cut it out. Cut it out.
I don't even know which camera I'm looking into.
There's a lot of cameras here,
But
folks.
yeah, no. What do you reckon, Ali?
That's huge. It's huge.
Oh, for me, this is gonna make my year. This game. If we lose this game,
So did June.
if we lose this game, look, just write the year off.
Just get down to log on.
Wait,
All right. Bring all the power that you have. Bring everyone you have.
All the
Bring your voice. Bring some drums. Bring some megaphones and GR.
That's
I don't
it.
want to hear no quiet people.
No
When you come,
excuses.
get on the pronies and just have fun. All right.
5 a.m. on the Peronis.
GR. Because I'm G's.
Oh,
All
mate.
right.
You don't have the Morettis?
No, I don't want to get.
No Morettis?
Nah, they
Better
don't have them at that
Moretti?
restaurant. I
No,
would.
they don't have them,
at
eh?
the
Yeah.
restaurant, but-
Nah,
Okay.
just get down. Anyway.
Just get down, yeah. Exactly.
All right, let's just say who we would like
I
to
want to
win.
get too carried away.
We
yeah.
would like Italy to win.
Okay.
All right, 1-0. We'll take a 1-0.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Czech Republic, Denmark. This is going to be an interesting game because
This is the battle of the dark horses.
Yeah, you could say.
you
that.
could say.
Yeah.
But Denmark aren't really a dark horse. Like, they have a lot of
Yeah, they've got quality,
known players,
Mm.
known. Look, Czech Republic are also a known footballing nation. You know, they've had Milan Baros, Jan Koller,
Yeah.
Karel Poborski. Do
Peter
you know who I'm
Cech.
talking?
Peter Cech.
Peter Cech. Yeah, yeah.
Nedved.
He's a goalkeeper. Yeah, goalkeeper.
Pavel, isn't Pavel Nedved Czech?
Yes,
He's a
Pavel
legend,
Nedved.
yeah.
How can we forget?
Yep.
Juve legend,
That's
Lazio
it.
legend. You know, I'm going because sometimes I'm swayed by the phenomenal Braithwaite, B9. You know, he's
What a,
signed.
what a name.
Mate, listen. When I've got it. It's in my head. I got horses.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about that. But I was not thinking
What a
about that.
name.
That's
I was
why
not even
I was
thinking about that.
laughing.
I was thinking about that
Braithwaite.
for something totally different,
Yeah,
but I can't say it on
look,
camera. But
Daryl's son. Daryl's son. Let's come on. You've already said pyro and Peroni's at 5 a.m. Yeah. It's because we've gone over an hour. You see, 4 minutes past is
program
silly.
is
Silly hour.
mature audiences only. No.
Yeah, I am very swayed by Denmark. Poulsen, Braithwaite,
Damsgaard.
Odegaard.
No, he's Norwegian.
He's Norwegian. Let's look similar. No, I shouldn't say that. He is Norwegian, eh? My God, why did I say that? Anyway, don't matter. Yeah, that's a tough one, but I'm going to stay with the Czech Republic
I was
because
gonna say you have to back your boys in.
I called Czech Republic.
You're loving the
Yeah.
Czechs this time.
I
Yeah.
called
Yeah.
that the Schick razors
Yeah,
are the best shave you can get after the first match, after they played Scotland. I said these are the dark horse.
you did.
The rumor
did.
is you've gone from Gillette to Chic.
It's not a rumour.
Or
That's
it's-
not a
it's
rumour.
out of the bag now.
Confirmed.
It's out of the bag. Chic.
You heard it
get
here
on.
Confirmed.
first. Heard it here first.
You're going to be promoting Chic
Look.
hydro soon, man.
Well,
I can see it.
either that, they're going to send me some free ones, or they've got to start selling at Aldi because I don't go anywhere else, mate. Yeah.
And this,
Yeah, I'm going Czech Republic. I reckon 1-0 Czech Republic.
This game interests me a lot, but I want Denmark to do it for Ericsson.
So,
Yeah.
so
It would be nice. That's
But
the
I
other
don't
thing.
mind which other team. I'm not really.
I think it's a great story either way.
Yeah, either way, it's a great story. That's right. This is one of the ties that we're like, yeah, I'm happy either or.
Yeah,
Sit back,
exactly right.
relax, enjoy.
Yeah,
100%.
it's just if Czech Republic go through, I'm kind of feeling like Mancini, you know, bit of managerial genius.
Yeah,
you know what I
sure.
mean?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
no
sure.
one called that.
No.
You know, I said these guys, mate, they are the stallions.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Moving on to the next
You ever
game.
seen a white stallion? No,
No, I
dark
haven't.
horse.
Moving on to the next game.
Let's go.
It's not really. I don't think this is the type of tie that you want both teams to go through.
Ukraine, England.
We all want Ukraine to go through, don't we, boys?
Does Bocelli come out and sing Nessun Dorma
Look, I've-
in Ukrainian
like I've
before the
said-
game?
I'm telling
Does
you.
he?
Look,
Where did he come up with
there's a
this?
bit of an Italian.
Imagine.
There's a bit.
Fireworks.
There's an Italian connection to this Ukraine team.
That's right. You've
There's
already.
some
Yeah.
CR connection. So I'm hoping
And
that
it's in Rome.
It's in Rome. Everyone's going to be out in force
And-
against England.
And Bocelli's gonna sing in.
And football's not coming home, even though it's
Do-
not, we don't even know if it's from England.
All the Ukrainian players come out with low shin guards because it's in Rome. Imagine
Oh,
Out
they
of
should.
memory of Totti, huh? Totti will probably be there as well.
the emperor.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you're right. So, look,
Is he going to cut his hair short like Caesar?
Totti.
Totti. The
Alright,
emperor.
I'll give him a buzz after. I'll see.
He's the emperor's new groove. He's the new age emperor.
Yeah.
But no, honestly,
Yeah, we'll
like
go.
we're speaking about Ukraine. I honestly love seeing.
I love the way
I'm
they've
loving
been
them, yeah.
playing. I think you know what they
Ah.
go into this full of confidence.
Yeah, they are.
Get it done.
What do you reckon?
It's a yeah.
Tough one.
Yeah,
I
look. We're probably going to get Rick rolled for this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
we are.
100%.
I'm going to say Ukraine one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'll be a happy man if that happens.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for 1-0 Ukraine as well.
This one's going to penalties again.
You reckon? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a bad shot. Actually.
Ukraine's gonna win on pens.
Ukraine on pens.
On
Yeah.
pens.
Okay,
I'll
nice.
take that as well. I'll
Yeah.
take
Nice.
anything that makes England go home.
Zinchenko
I'm going to put it out there.
with the winner,
With the winner.
or like I said, Germany, England was going to go pens, and Balak will come down from the stadium and
Yeah,
take the
yeah.
fifth one.
Sheva.
Shevchenko
off
comes
the
in
bench, just takes
in his
rips the
dancing
suit,
shoes
No. He rips the shirt off. He's got a kit on, and he runs straight to the spot.
underneath. Does he have the Milan kit underneath?
No.
Oh, all right.
No, he can't.
I thought, well, why not?
He said he can't.
Balak was going to have the Chelsea one underneath.
Was
That was going to be the
I
irony
thought he
of
was
it, you
going
know.
to put the Leverkusen one.
Oh yes.
German, you know.
Yeah, he could have. Yeah.
Nah, but honestly,
The other Bayern. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, I think
I
Yeah.
think we come in here next Wednesday, ecstatic.
I was gonna say something. Yeah,
Oh.
but that's why I had a bit of a stutter there. 'Cause I
Maybe the show doesn't happen next Wednesday.
was, oh yeah, exactly. I was having a bit of a wild,
Actually-
wild thought back in the back of my mind. What was that?
The semis are Thursday morning.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, we got to go.
Yeah. And then what's even more annoying is the final is Monday. The final's
Yes, it is.
Monday.
Sunday night.
Is it a
morning.
Monday? Oh, I thought it was a Sunday morning.
Mm.
Nah,
So it
you
looks
you
like,
can't kiss your teeth enough with that one.
No.
Doesn't
So
matter. If we do get in the
Yeah.
final, I'll tell you. There's going to be a.
And then
pyrotechnic show.
moving on, winner of QF2 versus winner of QF1. What are we thinking? No, I'm only joking. There's no teams there. Come on, guys.
hypothetically,
This is printed straight from the Google fixture.
straight from
App.
UEFA, UEFA.com. This one.
Oh, UEFA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Is it? Do you say UEFA or do you say UEFA?
I think it depends where you're from.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Australians.
I don't know.
UEFA.
UEFA.
Anyway,
Anyway.
it's been a pleasure, boys, as always.
It has.
I think it's time we
Great show.
we clock off before we get ourselves in trouble.
Wrap it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, so let's wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching, and
We'll
Get
see
down
you
to Logan Street.
on Logon.
Friday night, be there.
Bring the panettone.
Bring everything. I want everything. Just bring yourselves. Bring everything.
And that's it. Forza
Have a good
Italia.
one. Forza Italia. Ciao.
Ciao.